You survived the storm. You've been broken, shattered even. You've stared into the abyss and somehow made it back. But here's the truth. Surviving isn't enough. Scraping by, barely getting through, that's not living. That's existing. If you want to win this life, really win, you have to build mental armor. The kind that doesn't crack, even when everything else does. The kind that lets you stare down your demons and say, "Is that all you got?" Today, I'm going to show you how to build that armor. Not with hype, not with fluff. With 5 habits and mindset shifts that turn pain into power. We're going to the forge, because the only way out is through. We've all been there. That moment, right here, when your body's screaming, when your mind's telling you to quit. This is where most people fold. They give in to the voice in their head that says, "It's okay, you're good enough, just stop." But here's the thing. That voice, that's the enemy. That 1 second, when you're freezing, when you're tired, when every fiber of your being wants to give up, that 1 second determines everything. I've been there, during Hell Week. Imagine this. You're soaking wet, freezing cold, and the only thing keeping you warm is the sheer force of your will. I stayed in the water physically, but mentally I was warm. Mental toughness starts right here, in that 1 second. Learn to pause. Don't just react. Take control. In that split second before you quit, visualize what happens if you give in. See your future self, weak and defeated. Then ask yourself, what's my next step? Not the next mile, not the next hour, just the very next step. Because that's how you escape the suck, one agonizing step at a time. Let's get one thing straight. Motivation is a fickle beast. It comes and goes like the wind. 1 minute you're fired up, ready to conquer the world. The next you're scrolling through your phone, looking for another dopamine hit. You think I wake up every day feeling motivated? Hell no. But I still get after it. Why? Discipline. Motivation is a spark. It burns fast and bright, but it fades just as quickly. Discipline is the engine. It's the steady, unwavering force that keeps you moving when the motivation runs dry. You must learn to perform without motivation, without purpose, just with practice. Build the habit of showing up even when you don't feel like it. Because how you act when you're tired, when you're tempted to quit, that's who you really are. That's your true character. So embrace the suck. Lean into the discomfort. Because on the other side of that pain, that's where you'll find your true potential. You know that feeling after a killer workout, when your hands are ripped, calloused. That's not just your body getting stronger. That's your mind. You're teaching it to embrace discomfort. Now it's time to apply that same principle to your mind. You figure it out by going inside yourself, callousing over the victim's mentality. Stop letting your mind dictate what you can and can't handle. You're tougher than you think. You've just been babying your mind for too long. How do you callous your mind? Face discomfort daily. Take cold showers. Wake up early. Push yourself in the gym. Practice hard things on purpose. Seek out challenges that make you uncomfortable. Let struggle be your training ground. Each time you choose discipline over comfort, your mind gets tougher. You build a layer of resilience that can withstand anything life throws at you. Attach dopamine to effort. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. It's basic survival instinct. But here's the problem. Most people attach dopamine, that feel-good chemical, to the reward, not the effort. They chase the high of finishing a project, but dread the work it takes to get there. Want to know the secret to staying consistent? Learn to enjoy the process before the reward. Dopamine isn't about the reward, it's about the pursuit. Find joy in the struggle. Celebrate the hardest part of the workout. Smile during the final reps. Tell yourself, this is the good part. Your brain will start to believe you. It'll associate effort with pleasure, making it that much easier to stay disciplined. Remember, it's not about being happy all the time. It's about finding joy in the journey, even when it's hard. Build a warrior morning routine. The battle for mental toughness is won or lost in the morning. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. So ditch the snooze button and embrace a routine that sets you up for victory. Here's a 3-part mental resilience routine that'll get you in the right headspace. First, sunlight in your eyes within 45 minutes of waking. This resets your circadian rhythm and boosts your mood. Second, cold exposure. Even a 30-second cold shower shocks your system and builds grit. Finally, breath work. 3 rounds of deep breaths, followed by breath holds, Wim Hof method. This floods your body with oxygen and teaches you to control your physiological response to stress. This isn't self-care, it's self-discipline, weaponized. You're not just starting your day, you're preparing for war. Embrace the repeat loop. Here's a hard truth. Mental toughness is a perishable skill. You can't just build it once and expect it to last forever. It's like a muscle. You gotta keep training it, pushing it to its limits. Can I take one more step? If yes, and I don't, that's failure. Life is a series of challenges, big and small. And every time you overcome one, there's another one waiting right around the corner. That's the repeat loop. You don't just win once, you win over and over and over. So what's your one more step today? Don't overthink it. Just do that. Then ask again. Embrace the grind. Find comfort in the discomfort. Because the only way to master anything is through relentless, unwavering repetition. You want to build true toughness, the kind that weathers any storm? Start with perspective. Most people focus on what they don't have, what they haven't achieved. They're constantly comparing themselves to others, always coming up short. That's a recipe for misery, not toughness. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm so grateful I'm not where I used to be. Every morning, take a few minutes to list 10 things you're grateful for. Not money, not success, just life. The simple things we take for granted. Your breath, your health, the people you love. Gratitude is mental armor. When the world hits you, and it will, gratitude reminds you, you've already won something, your life, and that's a powerful foundation to build on. Let me tell you something. Rest isn't weakness. It's not giving up. It's part of the system. You can't run at 100% all the time without burning out. Even the most powerful engines need time to cool down and refuel. Dopamine powers pursuit. But without serotonin, without feeling whole, you can't keep going. Schedule time to breathe, to be still, to meditate, to spend time in nature, to remind yourself, you are enough. This isn't laziness. It's strategic recovery. It's giving your mind and body the space they need to rebuild and come back stronger. Most people fear pain. They run from it. They numb it. They do everything in their power to avoid it. Mentally tough people, they talk to pain. They embrace it. They understand that pain is not the enemy. It's the entry point to growth. Pain wants you to react emotionally. You have to stop and ask, where does this path go? Every challenge, every setback, every moment of suffering is a fork in the road. You can choose to quit, to stay comfortable, to let the pain break you, Or you can choose growth. You can choose to walk through the fire and emerge stronger on the other side. It's not easy. It never will be. But that's the point. Choose growth, even when it hurts, because that's where you'll find your greatness. Look in the mirror, right now. What do you see? This isn't about building toughness. It's about building you. You're not just learning to endure, you're becoming someone new. Someone who chooses discomfort. Someone who finishes what they start. Someone who doesn't need motivation because they've got discipline. This is the moment. The one that separates the weak from the strong, the quitters from the warriors. This is where you decide who you're going to be. Make the decision. I don't just survive, I rise. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And check out my next video, why discipline is stronger than motivation and how to make it automatic.